All right, are you ready to start gutting? Because honestly, I'm not, but man, I am bad at being hype. Anyways, we're gonna start gutting some stuff. So first thing is, I like this ASCII diagram, but it is no longer relevant. Oh, that sucks. I love that ASCII diagram. Oh no, it's gone. This other stuff, we're gonna get rid of them, but we're gonna do it like one little step at a time. We want to make sure that as we are changing things, right, and gutting things, we want this to remain exactly the same, right? Because we are refactoring, we're not changing behavior, we're not adding any extra functionality. Here's a good contender for some things to gut. So we commented these out. I don't think we need them anymore. So this viewport fill test, fill with test pattern, I don't think we need any of these. And let's control F really quick and like just look for where it's called. Okay, so it only has one call site. And then the test patterns, I think that was also for the previous thing. Okay, yeah. So we can gut those two functions. So we're gonna, and this takes up a lot of room. So fill viewport with test pattern, fill tile map with test pattern. Are we using that one? I think we are. So let's take a look at that one. Okay, so we're gonna keep that one though. So it's interesting because we kind of like reused a whole bunch of this code right here to make this function, and now we're just gonna scrap this one. We don't need it anymore. Okay, so we're gonna scrap that. And then the next thing we're going to scrap was that other function. So let's go look at what we commented at, the viewport fill test, right? Okay, so we're going to scrap that as well. Okay, so we just deleted two big chunks of code. So it would be good to go back here, a little sanity check, refresh, make sure we didn't break anything. Ideally, like if I had more monitors, or if I had the patience, I would be checking the console more. Usually I always have the console open in my lower monitor, but right now I'm using the lower monitor to kind of like switch screens and whatnot for your viewing pleasure. But good advice is always when you are developing, just keep that console open constantly. It'll make things go a lot faster. Okay, so we took out two big chunks of code. We have this bullshit here, no longer relevant, right here. We just take that out. It's already commented out anyways. All these asterisks were for the last time we wrote code in the last tutorial, so we probably can get rid of that. This is all just a shit show. Let's see, VP1. It's the rectangle package. Let's see wherever the rectangle package is referenced really quick. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to kind of whittle down. Oh, did I not save? I want to make sure that, hold on, let me go over here. Okay, still looks good. I want to whittle down this code and just get rid of excess stuff. So this rectangle package here, it's nice, but right, it has, I only need the viewport 1 and the viewport 0, right? Those are the only ones I'm going to use. I don't have any plans for multiple viewports in this game. I also don't have plans for sampling from multiple data sets at the same time. It depends on how you would want to structure your code. Like, you could do something where you have like viewport 1 is like layer 1 of your game, and then viewport 2 is layer 2, and you could sample from both of them like that, and you could use that to get like your parallax or whatever. I'm not going to do it that way. Because I have some other I mean, that's a good way to do it, to like, if you want to get something up and working, but I'm going to do something a little bit more complicated, and I don't even know if I'm going to show that in any of these tutorials. But the point is I only need 2 rectangles, one for a source, one for a destination. These other ones are just redundant. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy these rectangles, the ones I need, and then I'm going to just comment out the whole function. So I'm about to break some stuff. And then I'm going to go up to that global data object, and I want to populate it. So let's, so I'm going to have like a function called like function init, I don't know, I'm going to make it all capitals because it's a function, but it kind of acts as a constant because it's going to only be used once, and it's, I don't know, that's how I want to do it. So this global data object, we can say like var global data equals init global data, like that. Oops, we don't want that there. And in here, we're going to paste that. So we got our global data object, the local one, and the rectangles. We can do this. We're going to put the rectangles above. We can remove some of that excess indentation. And then we can just take rec vp0 and rec vp1, and we can just paste those in there, right? vp0, vp1. Don't forget your commas, right? And they're just set equal to each other. Okay. Then we'll do this object.seal, that we'll do it like over here. Object.seal, global data, and then don't forget to return it. Return. So we're just returning the global data here. And that looks pretty good. Like I said, we did break the code though. So when we go over here, I'm going to expect this to be broken. I don't know what it's going to look like, but okay, that's pretty broken. Let's take a look at what we got. Scale factor is not defined. That's kind of not what I expected. Multiply by scale factor. Oh, okay, yeah. So, not the part I expected to be broken, but so these viewports here, we can change them to some other initial value that makes more sense. So think right here where I'm creating that tile map, and it has like a map width and a map height. I think I want to use those to set the viewport sizes. So I'm going to take this create tile map here. I'm going to rip this function call out of where I'm setting up the data structure. I'm just going to go like this. And then over here at the top, I'm going to do like var the tile map equals, and then create tile map. And then is the tile map sealed? Okay, so we do seal the tile map class, or the tile map object right here, so that's good. Okay, so we know it's like a 512 by 512, and we know that we're not trying to change functionality just yet, so let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Now the scale factor, let's just check out what that scale factor value was then. So let's try to, scale factor was 10, that's what I thought. So we'll just put it in some magic numbers here, because All this stuff is going to have to be changed to better defaults, but we want to just maintain the current functionality before we get that ahead of ourselves. Okay, so we're going to refresh. We're still going to have problems, but I want to make sure that get rectangle package. Yeah. I just want to make sure that the problems we're having are the problems I expect, right? I broke it. I want to make sure it's broke the way I think it's broke. Okay. So now in our code, we want to use... Oh, my timer went off. I'm going to stop recording and record again.